Week 13 Hippo Balls coming to you live from the Hippo Den. It is Hippo himself. We got a big week ahead. We're going to start off with who's back, who's dead, and who's not back but not dead. Of course, we're still doing the top six, so let's start it off with SBF. Sam Bankman-Fried had a New York Times interview where basically they threw him a bunch of lob questions and made him out to be the victim, even though he stole $10 billion from everyone. And mainstream media is still protecting this guy because he donated tons of money to both political organizations, but he was like the biggest Biden supporter ever. There was another guy that worked in the organization that was huge for the Republicans. Either way, I don't know how he's not in jail yet. The interview, he says he doesn't know what happened, and he thinks that the money's still there, but he doesn't know the money's still there. He doesn't know how to code, he says. I don't know how he got to this position. Ridiculous. Next up on Who's Back, sleep apnea. Sleep apnea, last night I had my first CPAP night. Got a CPAP because I have sleep apnea, I guess. And I had to use that last night. Not very comfortable, but hopefully it keeps Hippo alive. So I'll keep using it. Deion Sanders. Of course, he was dominating at Jackson State in the SWAC. It's an HBCU, and now he's going to Colorado. Do I love the move? I don't know if I love it, but it was the only opportunity he had other than staying at Jackson State. He's going to take a bunch of those players. He's going to take Hunter. He's going to take his son. The guy was saying how important HBCUs is, and now he's going to Colorado. But, I guess it's a better opportunity. Let's see what he can do. Colorado's been a shit program for a long time. Let's see what he can actually do with it. Next on Who's Back, workplace affairs. Big bombshell in workplace affairs. Biggest thing since Matt Lauer locking people in rooms. Good Morning America hosts TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. They always seem super close, and they have a great working relationship. Turns out they were fucking each other all the time. It also came out that he had another affair with a GMA producer for years, a few years back. So TJ Holmes is just piping everybody at GMA. Guess good for him. Not great for his marriage. He's married to this girl who's like a Rock Nation executive, and she's just getting cucked left and right. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach were both married at the time, and it seems like they're both going to break up their marriages and stay together. And GMA is like, well, they're consensual, and it's not like he's locking you in a room, so I guess we're not going to discipline you. I guess I wish the best to TJ and Amy, and I hope everything goes well for them. So the photos came out, and both of them immediately deleted social media, so clearly everyone knew it was true. They haven't made a statement yet, but clearly no one's denying it. Next up on Who's Back, Trump's tax returns. House panel finally gets them. Let's see what they do with them. It's been like years and years and years, and nothing's happened, but they finally got the tax returns. Lastly on Who's Back, college football playoff controversy. TCU loses yesterday to Kansas State. Ohio State didn't play. There's only 4 teams still. There's going to be 12 in 2 years, but there's 4 teams still. So somehow if Ohio State sneaks in, even though they got dominated last week, and TCU doesn't continue on, even though they only have 1 loss, going to be a huge controversy. Everyone loves college football controversy, but not very fair to TCU if that happens. Who's dead? USA Soccer. USA Soccer got dominated by the Netherlands. We were all hoping and we were all believing that we were going to win, but Netherlands are way better than us. At least we have USA Basketball. I hate continuing to add him on the Who's Dead list, but Kanye went on Alex Jones InfoWars, and Alex Jones InfoWars is, of course, known for spewing horrible shit, and even Alex Jones was like, yo, relax, like, you're being super anti-Semitic. He went on to say that he likes Hitler. Yeah, he says that he is a Nazi himself. He had his boy Nick Fuentes on, who, of course, is a huge piece of shit. Alex Jones, the whole interview, was, like, trying to save him and be like, hey, but, like, you don't actually like Nazis, do you? And Kanye's like, no, I love Nazis. They were also playing the curb stomping scene from American History X in the video while he was talking. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in an interview. The most offensive, horrible interview of all time, probably. I guess that's what Kanye wants. He then went on Twitter and posted a swastika inside a Jewish star, and he said a bunch of other horrible shit. Eventually gets banned for posting a photo that was like, didn't made Elon look fat, and Elon said that's finally enough. Akon came out in support of Kanye. All the rest of music hasn't said anything. Not great for rap in general, that no one has said taking one side or the other on Kanye. Next up on Who's Dead, Chris Christie's niece. Chris Christie's niece was kicked off a NOLA plane yesterday for asking Latino passengers if they were smuggling cocaine, and then when she was confronted, biting, kicking, and spitting on deputies trying to detain her. Chris Christie's niece. Next up on Who's Dead, the Dr. Pepper Challenge. The Dr. Pepper Challenge, everyone loves it at halftime. Two unathletic students come out and toss footballs like this, and whoever gets the most gets 100 grand. Yesterday in the SEC title game at halftime, we saw Reagan Whitaker and Kayla Gibson go out and didn't know how to throw a football at all, but they were doing the chest passes. They tie the first round. They go to a 15-second OT. They tie again. And then Dr. Pepper announces that basically the white girl won because there was a tournament before the tournament that no one saw. Of course, Twitter was up in arms. Everyone was booing and hissing in the stadium, and they got bullied into giving them both 100K. So I guess that's good. Dr. Pepper finally did the right thing there after getting cyberbullied. Last on Who's Dead, Jalen Kitna. Jalen Kitna, son of John Kitna, University of Florida quarterback. He was supposed to be the Gators starting quarterback, I think, next year. Now he's probably going to prison for a long time. Got caught with kiddie porn and got arrested in Gainesville. Seems like it's pretty bad. They're not saying the ages of the photos, but they were saying very young. It was photos of girls in a shower, and he was posting them on Discord. Not great. Not great for the Kitna family. Feel bad for John. Always liked John. Bummer for them. Jalen probably going to prison for a very long time. And who's not back but not dead? COVID. COVID is not back but not dead. The Chinese protests of lockdown happening right now because China's having a big boom in COVID. California is talking about reinstating mask mandates. Looks like COVID's coming back around. Not great. Haven't got my booster yet, but I'm thinking about it. Next on Not Back But Not Dead, Elon Musk. Elon Musk came out and did the Twitter files with Matt Habibi, who is this other journalist, and it's all about Hunter Biden's laptop and how it was a huge cover-up. And was it a cover-up? It was kind of a cover-up, but also they were basically asking to take down the revenge porn. It was just Hunter Biden's dick that they were posting online, and Biden and his team were like, you can't just post someone's dick without their consent. That's revenge porn. So Elon Musk comes out on his high horse, his high super right horse, and says, this is a huge cover up. First of all, he said, Twitter acting by itself to suppress free speech is not a First Amendment violation, but acting under orders from the government to suppress free speech with no judicial review is. Fact check, Biden was not in office on October 24th, 2020, so it was Trump in office at that time. And they said that both parties were asking for it to be taken down. So he's acting like Biden as president was doing all this. Biden was not president yet. Elon said that he wasn't going to make Twitter political. Of course he has. He's saying that Hunter Biden has swagger. He's just trolling super hard. To pay $44 billion to troll super hard, I guess good for you. You have that much money. Spreading tons of misinformation, letting neo-Nazis back on the app. He finally deplatformed Kanye after he posted a fat photo of him, and he said that's enough. He also has Neuralink in 6 months that's coming out where you get a chip implanted into your skull and you can control your computer with your thoughts. It's killed like 999 out of 1,000 monkeys, but he says that in 6 months it's ready for humans. I will not be the first to get it, but I'm excited to see how it goes. He's also been claiming that elections were stolen by Twitter, and everyone's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, this Brazilian election that no one can fact check was stolen by Twitter. Super ridiculous over Elon, but I guess he has more money than me, so what the fuck am I going to do? Lastly, not dead but not back, the Constitution. The Constitution, Trump called for the termination of the Constitution to reinstate himself as president due to fraud after seeing all the Twitter files. Of course, Republicans super love the Constitution, so I don't know what they're thinking. Their heads are exploding because Trump is saying that now we need to get rid of the Constitution altogether to get me back in. Of course, he doesn't care either way. He just wants to be in power. But the Constitution, not back but not dead. Lastly, we have Deshaun Watson. He's coming back this week. He's playing the Texans' big revenge game. And there's a report that says reportedly he's shown signs of progress during treatment, and that was enough to get him reinstated. I don't know what signs of progress are. I guess just not raping masseuses for a couple months and you're progressing. Good for Deshaun Watson. Happy to see him back. Excited to see him throw some footballs today. Let's go move on to NFL weather. NFL weather, we got Packers at Bears, windy. That's it. Really no NFL weather today. Show of the week, we got Inside Man with Stanley Tucci. It's about a prisoner on death row in the U.S. and a woman trapped in a cellar under an English vicarage cross pass in an unexpected way. I saw it. It's only 4 episodes. Pretty good show. I liked it. I like Stanley Tucci. It's a short watch, short miniseries. You should watch it. Next, we have new segment Riddle of the Week. Riddle of the Week. What runs but never walks, murmurs but never talks, has a bed but never sleeps, and has a mouth but never eats? I'll give you the answer at the end of this. That means you got to watch the rest. Um, Top six. We're in the top six, of course. If you look at the rankings, Kamish is still creeping up there. This is all part of his plan with the top six thing that he instated a couple years ago. None of us knew what he was doing. Turns out this is exactly what he was doing. He's tied with Eli for sixth. Ben and Navid have clinched playoffs. Everyone else is still kind of in the mix. There's some people that have been eliminated. Vivek and Siegel. I think there's maybe Sean's also eliminated. There's Tim has a slight chance, but he would need a lot. But Gabe and Eli are tied. Jan could free fall. Who knows? So for top six this week, I'm not going to go into it too much. I got Noah, Navid, Nima, Gabe, Jan, and me. Eli loses another. I think that puts Gabe in six. Jan holds on to his spot. So it all comes down to a Mandler last week for sixth spot like that. I think Eli has more points. On to picks. Vikings Jets over 44. Mike White. The Jets love Mike White, and they hate what's his name, the other guy, the BYU quarterback. Forgot his name. Doesn't matter. They hate that guy. He stinks. Zach Wilson. He stinks. Mike White. Everyone loves. They're all wearing Mike fucking White shirts. It's crazy. Vikings, of course, are pretty good at offense too. They got Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins. I like the over. I think the Jets are going to put up some points. I know Michael Carter's out. That doesn't matter. Mike White is kind of cooking. They're both going to put up some points. I see it as like a 55 game. So easy over 44. Eagles -4. Titans at home. I think Tannehill's a fraud, of course. I think the Eagles are very good. I think that they're going to cover the 4. Dolphins 49ers over 45.5. I really want to take the +4.5, but Armstead's out and Austin Jackson's out. I can't in good faith tell you to take the Dolphins. I think we probably lose. But I think we'll put up some points, and so will the 49ers. Our defense is not that good, and our offense is very good. So give me over 45.5. I like that a lot. Have a good week.